In order to create a controller to a car, okay, we need to start with the controller. Inside curves, I'm planning to add two controllers, one to the wheels rotation, and the second to the front wheels rotating left and right. Here inside top perspective. I'm moving them here. I'm selecting one of them by using scale. And the second one. In the front, I need to make a rotation. And here in rotate X 90. Now I have the controller. Okay. I need to add the car parts inside this controller. I need to name it first. For example, move. And then by using the wheel click, I'm clicking and dragging inside the move. And here, this controller rotate. Also, I'm going to drag it inside the move. And also, it's better to name the wheels. For example, this is this front right, and this front left, and this back or rear left, and this body, and this rear right. After this, and then inside the move controller, which is contain all the car parts with the rotation controller. Of course, before I need to select the move controller, and then inside select, I need to go to hierarchy to select all the parts. Okay, then I need to clear the history and freeze the transformation. I didn't use the select hierarchy. The clean history and delete transformation will happen only to move, not all the parts. So in order to make it, to apply the freeze and clear history to all the parts, I need to go first to select hierarchy, okay? Then I'm selecting the move. I need to add two attributes, one for the wheels rotation and the second for the speed. Here I can add them. Speed, add, rotate, and add. Now I have two variables. I can use them to animate or to make the wheels rotate based on the car movement. Now I'm selecting this wheel, for example. I need to check in which axis this wheel is rotating. For example, here this wheel rotates in x-axis. So I need to select the x-axis, and then inside edit, I need to go to expression editor. And here, I need to copy the wheel name dot rotate x. And then I need to write equal, move the name of the parent or of the main controller, move dot the first variable that we add to move dot speed multiplied by move dot rotate, and then semicolon. It's important to focus on the caps. If we add the attributes, if the my attribute is starting with the capital letter, I need to keep it capital letter inside the code. If it is small, I need to keep it small. So it's very important to focus on the capital letter, small letter inside the code here, because this language is a case-sensitive language. And then I need to hit on create. I'm duplicating this, copying this code to use it on the other wheel. Let me check this wheel. I'm selecting the move. I'm increasing the rotation. And then I'm changing the speed. The wheel is rotating. I need to apply the same thing I did to all of the wheels. Here, I'm going to paste the code, then paste the wheel name, and then hitting equal. Then create. To this wheel also. Version editor, paste, and then I'm copying the wheel name, create. Version editor. Okay, I need to write the code. Move dot speed multiply by move dot rotate semicolon, as we said. And then I need to hit on create again. Now I can check the wheels rotation. As I said, by increasing the rotation, for example, and then by manipulating the speed, now the wheels are moving and rotating together. Now I need to add I need to prepare the animation or the rigging for the next controller, which is for rotating the front wheel to left and right. First of all, I need to go from inside this menu to animation. I need to select this controller I added with this wheel and this wheel, the front wheel, and then inside the key menu, we have set something called set driven key. I need to click on the first option, set. Here I have menu. The window I have contains something called driver and something called driven. What we mean by that, we need to specify for the Maya software to understand which is the driver that will cause the rotation and which object will be rotating. So the controller, it's like the driver. So we specify the controller, and then here we need to load driver. Okay, then we need to select these two wheels and then load driven. because these will be driven based on the driver, which is the controller, okay? I have this one, and I have the controller. Now, what I need to do, before I start using the driven key, remember, I made this controller freeze, so all the attributes are in the default. For example, the translate and rotate in 0, the scale is 1, okay? Now, I can move this controller to the right, for example, 2, okay? And now I need to select both wheel. I'm going to rotate them in y-axis. Here I need to select them. The wheels with the controller, with the controller, and then I need to select from here, rotate Y. I need to make sure that I'm selecting the wheels. Okay, here I need to change the rotate Y, for example, 30 degree in Y axis. Okay, now I change the rotate the controller in which axis? In X axis. So I need to select for the controller, I need to select the translate X. For the wheels, I change the rotate Y, right? So I need to select the rotate Y, the rotate Y for the wheels. In simple way, I need to select the attribute that I change. For the controller, I change the translate X. For the wheels, I change the rotate Y. So I need to select the translate X and rotate Y. Then I need to hit on K. See, now there's a blue key added to the rotate Y. Okay. And then what I need to do, I need to select the controller again. Inside translate X, I will add what? I will add -2 to make it move, to reverse the wheel, make the wheels move to the other direction. And now I need to select the 2 wheels. Here inside rotate Y, of course, instead of 30, I need to add what? Instead of 30 degree, I need to add -30 degree. -30. Then the wheel will be rotated to the right. And then I need to make another key. But before, I need to make sure that I'm selecting everything, the translate X for the controller, the rotate Y for the wheels, the driven and driver. And then I need to hit on another key. Okay. Now what I have, I select this controller. I'm moving. You can see. I'm moving this controller. The wheel will be rotating to left and right. Okay. After we added the controller, you can see the controller move all direction. When I'm using a controller, it's better to limit the movement for this controller. Okay, I made the movement between 2 and -2 in x-axis. Okay, I need to look all of the other attributes because I don't need them to change. Inside the rotate, here also, I have something called limit information. Inside it, I have translate, rotate, and scale. Inside translate, I make the translate and the wheels rotate to left and right between 2 and -2. So I can add a limit in translate x between 2, -2, and 2 here. So now what will happen? If I drag more, this controller movement will be limited between 2 and -2. As I said, it's better to use it. So we're not moving the controller freely, okay? Here, in order to lock them, not inside edit, click on right, and then lock selected. Now, if you hit on rotate or scale or transform, this object will not rotate, only will rotate in, will move in x-axis between 2 and -2. And usually we use this for controller because when we start the animation, it will be easier for us to work with limited movement to the controllers, okay? This is for the wheel controller, but for the move, the main controller, we don't add that because we want to animate the car by using this controller. Okay, now I added the wheel rotation controller. I added the front wheel left and right rotating also controller also. Now I can start the animation. Here, I need to extend the timeline. It's better to enable the auto keyframe. Here at the frame 1, I'm pressing on S to keyframe all attributes, and then I will move the car here. Of course, I need to rotate it a little. I forgot to move inside the timeline. I need to move inside the timeline, for example, frame 40. I will move it here. Okay, I need to check it. Now, I need to press on S to add a keyframe to all keys. Of course, at this frame, at the keyframe I added in 40, I need to increase the speed. Let me check now. Okay, I need to make increase the duration. So I need to increase the speed. Now I need to increase it a little more. Okay. Okay, now I prepared the curve wheels rotation. Okay. Now inside the timeline, for example, here, I need to fix what? I need to fix the animation. Need to check it before. Also here, I need to fix it. By the way, I can change the translate controller to move with the object. Inside the options here, I can click on the translate option, double click, and then here axis orientation, instead of word, I can choose object. Now the translate will move when I rotate the object with the object rotation. So now it will be easier to drag it up and down. Okay. Here I'm fixing. It's an S. And here also I need to fix it. Another S. Any fix I add, I need to press on X to make an on S to make sure that I added a keyframe to all of them. Example, I need to delete this key. Let's take a look of what we animated. Of course, I can make the animation slower with shift. I can select the keys I added, and here I have an arrow. I can click on it and drag inside the timeline. Now I made the animation slower. Okay. Take a look. Of course, I'm moving the car in a rotation area. Before the rotation, I need to add a key for the controller, for this controller in X. When the wheel start, when they rotate, the car start rotating, I need to move the controller. After the car finish the rotation, I need to put it back to 0 to leave the wheels in the middle or straight, okay? And this is how we create animation for a car by using the controller, okay?